I'm Scott, and this is episode 24 of What Makes This Map Great. This is the series where we take a deep dive into some classic games that hold a special place in my gaming heart. We're going to explore their amazing level design, beautiful art, creative combat encounters, as well as uncover their secrets and see just how much they've influenced the gaming world. And in this episode, we're covering Quake E4M5, Hell's Atrium. All sources used for this video will be linked down in the description below. If you enjoy what I do here on Grit Gaming, I would love it if you help me reach my 500 sub goal before the end of March. With that said, like, sub, do all the YouTube stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Let's get into it. Hell's Atrium is the 5th map of episode 4, the Elder World for Quake. And this wonderfully crafted map comes to us from the creative mind, Sandy Petersen. The map features a central courtyard filled with acid, with corridors that lead the player through multiple wings of the map. The exit archway for this map is fairly close to the start, and it can be reached quickly so long as you're nimble with your jumps. But don't worry, we're going to make sure to take a nice long tour through the entirety of Hell's Atrium. A significant portion of the level is this hidden underground network of dark open hallways. Here's where you'll be challenged the most, as you'll be facing many monsters. Speaking of which, you can expect to encounter rotfish, spawn, lots more this time, death knights, fiends, and vors. They'll be trying their best to prevent you from collecting the gold and silver keys which are needed to proceed. This map has a total of 4 secrets, as well as one unofficial secret. We'll make sure to uncover them as they contain some very useful power-ups, which honestly this map provides plenty to help you live out your Quake power fantasy. To give some context of the player experience up to this point in Quake, it all started at the Slipgate Complex, a military base that is home to a machine capable of dimensional travel known as the Slipgate. An evil entity codenamed Quake sends its own forces through from the other side, defeating and turning all soldiers into mindless grunts. Ranger, the lone marine played by you, fights their way through with a mission to defeat this evil force and put an end to Quake. You step through the Slipgate and enter the Dimension of the Doomed, a realm that is home to old haunted castles and dark underground caverns with monsters beyond our understanding. After conquering every obstacle, Ranger defeats Cathan, the realm's guardian, and obtains the rune of Earth Magic. He discovers that a rune of magical power awaits him at the conclusion of each of Quake's haunted lands. Ranger then proceeds to the realm of black magic, where his fight continues through decaying castles, dark crypts, and ominous mansions. Nothing can stop him. He destroys the Vor sisters and acquires the rune of black magic. The rune whispers dark thoughts into your brain and reveals that the Hellmother Shub-Niggurath is behind all of this. You also learn that once armed with all 4 runes, the gate to Shub-Niggurath's pit will open, and you can face the witch goddess herself in her frightful Otherworld cathedral. Ranger continues his mission, travels through the next Slipgate in search of the 3rd rune in the Netherworld, a dark and barren place full of vaults and tombs, primal fear in a strange dimension. Surviving horrors of the Chambers of Torment, you grasp the rune of Hell Magic. Its terrible secrets blight your mind. Gathering the shreds of your courage, you become ever more determined to destroy the hideous creature whose mere existence threatens the souls and psyches of all the population of Earth. With one more rune left to collect, Ranger continues on through the 4th and final Slipgate into the Elder World. where your worst nightmares come true. Arcane and abstraction combined, with eldritch horrors threatening Ranger's sanity. This is where our journey takes place. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right in. We enter Hell's Atrium. Azure blue stone walls construct this long hallway, with giant wooden beams forming... excuse me, zombie. You're interrupting my introduction. As I was saying, azure blue stone walls construct this giant long hallway, with giant wooden beams forming unusual shapes for supports. Most people would think hell as being a hot place with fire everywhere, but there is a version of hell that is frozen and cold. Is this place really hell? We'll find out soon. Sandy once again prepares us for what's to come with another mega health at the start of the map. I'll call these fire braziers, but they are quite different from the ones we see on Earth. Giant geometric blocks of metal hold these fire sources, and they do create some wonderful lighting that faces forward while casting shadow behind it. As I show the lighting from the other direction, notice the wall to the right opens up. A monster closet is triggered open as we make our way down the hall, revealing 2 Death Knights, which come charging from the back. But back to that prior angle, check out how dark these shadows are. The darkness serves as a threshold for what's around the corner. Let's get started. Grab the Mega, proceed forward, and take out those Death Knights. Let's soak in the sights of this next area. This section of the map acts as the central courtyard, and it's epic. A giant pool of acid covers most of the floor, with a segmented stair bridge leading down and up, connecting to a potential path forward. The blue stonework in the center looks well constructed, while the outer walls use this blue stone patchwork. A nice contrasting choice between natural and man-made, though I don't think a man put these brick walls together. On either side of the stair bridge, we have 2 more potential paths to explore, though one direction provides a somewhat safer approach with a platform bridging the acid gap. And that platform is actually a rising platform, which is nice. I don't want to accidentally dip into this acid, but the acid is the least of our concerns. Coming from the entryway, there are 2 spawn waiting in shadow to ambush you. The one to the right is a bit more visible and easier to spot, while the left one is in the darkest part of this shadow. Thankfully, they make quite a bit of noise when they spot you. Make sure to grab those nails where the Death Knight closet is. And use super nails to take out the spawn quickly. Okay, so a quick preview of what each corridor leads to. I'll detail them out later in the video. Going straight, it actually leads you to the exit archway. Of course, some enemies guard the way, and there is a precarious lava pool preventing an easy exit. Should you nimbly jump across, Sandy provides us a message. Are you sure you want to exit now? You left behind something important. Best we don't exit now. Also, to the left of the archway is another doorway requiring a silver key. There's also one at the start of the lava pool. We'll go over that more a bit later. Back at the start, should we go left? We have a gold key door blocking our way. So, we'll go right. Tread carefully through this tight hallway because we'll be entering our next combat encounter. A room full of zombies, supported by a Death Knight. The Death Knight will charge for you, all while the zombies shuffle slowly but will try and hit you with chunky flesh projectiles. They all are guarding the gold key, exactly what we need to proceed through the rest of the map. Love the construction of this room, with its tall chunky pillars providing some cover options for combat, as well as a slight height advantage at the top of these steps leading to the key. The fire braziers with their aggressive angled shapes also add to the dangerous allure of this space. Let's get that gold key. Mind the acid? I like approaching from the left. The Death Knight makes for an easier target, or you can try to get it to infight with the zombies. Grab the key. A spawn, kill it. That was close. Fun times. Carefully make your way across the acid, grabbing ammo pickups along the way. Open the gold key door, and wow, this place looks dark and foreboding. This chamber is a room within a room. These support pillars hold up a secondary structure above. And by now, you've got a trained eye for red buttons and floor buttons, but also for this spawn hiding behind the pillar here. I love the way these light sources work, casting dark shadows underneath them and highlighting this angular-edged geometry. I know it's just a fancy cube, but it helps break up the right angles of these walls in a nice way. Our first secret is nearby, and it's in plain sight. Start by pressing this floor button. The lift ahead lowers. Ride the lift. Shoot the red button. A platform rises. Carefully jump across. And you found a secret. A quad is tucked into this alcove, as well as some pickups. Additionally, another mega health in this back alcove. In my opinion, this particular space reminds me a lot of a Doom map, which if we were following John Romero's rules for Quake map design, Sandy may have earned a demerit here. You'll want to take care in this secret. While a Death Knight hides in a corner here out of sight, these alcoves are hinting of danger. The floor and ceiling are caked in blood. The moment you step in, you activate a crushing trap. Again, maybe it's because they're slow-moving traps. It reminds me of a classic Doom crushing trap. Here's the other kicker. Once you grab either of these pickups, a Vor spawns in the center of the room. In the Elder World, these secrets don't come for free. This is where we'll grab the quad, and then make a run for it to our next path forward, which is below and to the left. This small network of halls is guarded by a swarm of zombies, all tucked into corners of each room. I'm a big fan of these vaulted ceilings, utilizing the wizard-themed texture set to create some unsettling spaces. Even the lighting coming from these stained glass windows is dim, perfect for undead. You'll also discover a pentagram of protection tucked away behind these wooden bars. It's tempting to grab it now, but I'd advise we save it for later. What's more important is taking the hall to the left. We have an unofficial secret here. Notice the super bright window here in the corner? Shoot it, and the wall opposite of it opens, revealing a Vor, some nails, and a ring of shadows. That ring of shadows will come handy for the next area, which from here we'll take these steps and press this button. It opens the floor beneath you as it drops you into the darkest, most evil parts of this hellish atrium. Okay, lots to talk about as usual, but Let's play it up to here. Distance is always great against spawns. Activate the lift. Shoot the button. Take care of the Death Knight. I like to grab the Mega first so we can maximize our quad run moving forward. This corner is useful to peek against the board. Come on, Crusher, hurry up. Thank you. Super nails with quad jibs zombies. So good. Fiend appeared. Send quad nails. 4 down. Ring of Shadows is ours. Nade the zombies, and down the hatch we go. I love this area. It feels like a dark secret hidden underneath the structured spaces above. Old wooden boards supported by metal framing, with the wooden ceiling giving peaks of earth creeping through. Another quad damage is provided, and we'll need it, as there are lots of fiends and other nasty things wanting to destroy us here. Some more of these angled fire braziers create a wonderful mood down here. We also see a return of those backlit stairs, creating some cool shadows and lighting along the walls. You may also notice pickups placed on top of some of these metal support structures. Sandy once again is inviting us to use some hidden Quake movement tech that we'll go over a little later. This teleporter is our exit for this area, but we've got a silver key to hunt for. From the bottom of the stairs, we'll find another path to explore, as well as something important. The Thunderbolt. This must be the important thing Sandy was talking about when we were about to leave the map early. A spawn guards it, but don't worry, we'll be quadded up through these halls, and that Thunderbolt with quad will be an amazing power fantasy to experience, especially to clear out the rest of these halls. This is a good time to show off the action. I like to grab the quad, then ignore the enemies. They can't see us, so let's rush for the Thunderbolts. What a beauty. Now we do a lap and quad zap all of these monsters. Pineapple Express for the Death Knight above, and here we are at the entryway of what appears to be a cursed hallway. Stained glass windows are beautiful details in what is otherwise a haunting space. The tiled flooring and white stone brick walls return, giving us a feeling of returning to some form of stable construction. But the sculpture above would say otherwise. They cast shadows upwards, creating some nice pockets of darkness. They also hint at a potential area to walk across. A lone spawn awaits us around the corner here, as well as a Death Knight on an upper balcony in this final room. They both guard a floor button. The two of them on their own doesn't seem like a big deal until you press the button. All of the stained glass windows open, revealing undead zombies. While some zombies guard ammo and health pickups, there is one alcove that has another quad damage. Additionally, two of the glass panels actually reveal a whole other room as well. This room lures you into a trap. A single cell pack waits in the corner of the room. Upon picking it up, the stained glass in this small room open up, revealing some zombies, but also a spawn. This spawn is particularly dangerous, as it aggroes on triggering the trap. Therefore, it might start bouncing around before you have a chance to take a shot at it. But here's where we get our silver key. In this dark corner, you'll see some light shining through to reveal a ramp. You'll need to fight your way up before you can obtain the silver key. Okay, let's take it step by step. Spawn down, nade this death knight above. Press the button, grab the quad, get to work. Pick up ammo along the way. We're not afraid of monster traps. Let's get that cell ammo. Quick quad zaps to the zombies and the spawn. Up the ramp, plow through this death knight. Silver key is ours. We can make for the exit, but wait, we left a secret behind. Backtrack to the floor button room. This alcove has a larger space within. The wall texture is misaligned here. Exit. Up the lift, a peculiar pool of acid here to our left. Against conventional wisdom, dive in. A spawn. Grab the armor and penta. Get out. Toss some nades in. By the way, you found a secret. Take this time to explore these upper ledges. Grab any ammo. And another secret is up here. Nimbly make your way to this back corner. You found a secret. Finding more cell ammo. And access to the upper supports in the dark wooden halls. So, if you don't make this jump to get to the health, don't worry. Let's go over that movement tech I hinted at earlier. You'll want to run and jump onto the fire brazier, and then jump again at the top of it. This is called a ramp jump. We actually performed one of these for a secret in E4M5. You'll want to turn your mouse as opposed to strafe in the air. Turning the mouse gives you better air control to land on the upper ledge. Apply that same trick at this fire brazier. And you found the last secret for this map. This is the last stretch, so let's break it down. A teleporter awaits you, but be careful, as this is a cleverly designed trap. Upon approaching the teleporter, the wall extends away from you, placing a pool of water between you and it. What a shock for first-timers. It was for me. It also reveals two fiends hiding within the walls to either side of you. I have made this mistake here back in my noob Quake days. I had the Thunderbolt in hand because why wouldn't you? Well, while fighting the fiends, I accidentally fell into the water. Surrounded by rotfish, panicking, I pulled the trigger and zap. Rotfish are dead, maybe even a fiend or two, as well as me. Electricity and water, not a great combination. To proceed, we'll need to press the buttons being guarded by the fiends. So take out those fiends as they get revealed. Press the buttons. A wooden bridge extends, giving access to the teleporter. But not so fast. You'll want to take a dip in the water, because there is a quad pickup down there, along with cell ammo and rotfish. Don't use the Thunderbolt. Toss a couple nades down, or use the double barrel shotgun to finish them off. Once you pick up the quad, go through the teleporter, and you'll find yourself back in that first liminal hallway with the blue glass windows. Remember that pentagram protection? Yeah, we'll grab that on our way out of here. Of course, this place is trapped. The floors will open up to reveal lava pools. Additionally,
You'll set off a spawning trigger. Enemies will teleport in upon crossing through the wooden barriers. What a hellish atrium this is. Make sure to kill them all as you make your way through. Back through the golden key doors, to the central courtyard with the giant acid pool. Up to the left, we have one final encounter. Oh, you hear that teleport? Yeah, behind us, a Vor appears on the path we came from. Don't forget to take her out as well. To cue us up for this final encounter, another ring of shadows is provided at the entryway, which will be extremely useful. A Death Knight patrols, as well as a Vor, but they won't see what's coming. We can steal this quad and then show them our Thunderbolt to quickly take them down. I love the unusual wooden support structures here. Quite unique in design compared to how structural details are portrayed in other episodes of Quake. Once these two enemies are destroyed, press down the hall, and you have a final fiend guarding the exit. Now this is where you'll want to save your game progress before we continue. See this silver key button? Whatever you do, don't use it here. We'll want to use the key on the doorway to the left of the exit archway. This is how we access the secret level for episode 4. Gotta say, it's a clever setup from Sandy. You only get one silver key, so if you use it on the silver key button, you raise a bridge, providing safe passage across the lava pool, but you lose access to the secret level exit. Okay, let's play it out. And you'll see how well I can one-take that lava pool jump situation. We already killed the fiends. Let's lob some nades into the water. Double shotty to finish the rest. Quad is ours. Grab the penta and watch your step. Destroy them all. None get left alive. Penta protects us from the acid. Ring of Shadows, my precious. Quad and Thunder are wonderful. Oh, don't forget this sneaky Vor back here. Fiend down. Alright, single take on these jumps. Whoa. We did it. We opened the silver key door and reveal the secret exit. Runic engravings mark the base of it. Ancient metal contains this gelatinous mystical liquid, which also emits mystical winds and glowing light. We step through. Score screen here, showing off the cage space where we grab the penta within those liminal halls filled with zombies. Proceeding through, we arrive at the Nameless City, the secret level of episode 4, and it's such a unique experience. We'll make sure to cover this one in a future episode. So here's the part where I go over some quick trivia regarding our featured map. If the player beelines it for the exit without picking up the Thunderbolt, a message will appear on screen stating, "Are you sure you want to exit now? You left behind something important." Good old Sandy, with all of his devious monsters and trap setups, yet he wants you to succeed and do well on your Quake journey. So don't leave that Thunderbolt behind. We covered it in the intro and during the map portion of this video, but there is an uncredited secret on this map. Should you miss it, you'll be short one monster kill as it hides a Vor. This one is located in the stained glass hallways. As you enter heading to the back left corner, a stained glass has an unusual glow. Shooting it opens the wall opposite of it, revealing the Vor as well as supplies and a ring of shadows. It's easy to miss. Most players just run through that room and go up the stairs and jump straight for the trap door with the button set up, and they don't even bother to look back and see that glowing stained glass window. In the N64 version of Quake, this map was removed completely from the map roster. As a result, the secret level entrance was moved from Hell's Atrium to a prior level, the Elder God Shrine, which we covered in that episode of this series. I'll put a link in the top corner here, but finish this video first, then go watch that. And lastly, just going to reiterate this, the Rotfish has a glitch that causes the game to count it as 2 enemies for the total monster count on the map. When the Rotfish is killed, it only counts as 1, resulting in the scoreboard showing that you're short a few kills. So for this map on normal mode, there are 4 Rotfish. That brings the final kill score count to 71 out of 75. On hard mode or nightmare, 4 Rotfish again, with way more of the other monsters. The final kill score count is 94 out of 98. So what makes E4M5 Hell's Atrium a great map? First, the atmosphere and visuals. Sandy Petersen nailed the vibe with his use of wizard and elder world textures, combined with smart architectural details like big chunky supports with giant support beams. And of course, the lighting. I couldn't get enough of those angled fire braziers. Not just having a chunky cube design, but the thought of how that shape casts shadows in an environment. While there are plenty of dark spaces, even the ones that are relatively well lit have an unsettling feeling about them. Second, the gameplay and flow is brilliant. Sandy continues his non-linear map layouts in Hell's Atrium. We've been noticing this with the maps leading up to this one. You're introduced early on to the central acid-filled courtyard, which offers multiple paths. While I showcased a prescribed path in my breakdown, first-timer players have a chance to explore and take different routes to get the gold key, which helps create a sense of discovery. Once you go through the gold key door, you go down a winding gameplay path that takes you through some haunting regions, eventually discovering the dark basement through the trap door. Love it. Feels like you're descending into a form of hell or madness. Third, the map serves just fun and challenging fights. Whether it's the tight zombie room protecting the gold key, or the pack of fiends in that hidden underground tunnel area, the combat's memorable. Plus, the map provides plenty of power-ups along the way to keep you living in a power fantasy through each fight. Some of them are even hidden within secrets, even though some of those secrets are often these high-risk, high-reward traps, like the crushing ceilings with a Vor that suddenly pops in after grabbing the quad damage. They are memorable. Oh, and of course, the biggest secret. We've got to talk about that. The ending is genius. The final choice with the silver key makes you pick between the easy exit or unlocking the episode 4 secret level. And most first-timers wouldn't even think about it. You'd lower the bridge and then exit the map. There's no hint that there's a secret exit because it gets covered up once you lower the bridge. Regardless, secret levels should always require some sleuthing with a great payoff. And this is a great way to hide it. Sandy Petersen really killed it with the level design here, blending creepy ambient visuals, blending that with non-linear gameplay. Hell's Atrium is the perfect example of his talents, giving players both intense fights and rewarding choices that make all of the exploration worth it. What are your thoughts on E4M5 Hell's Atrium? Did you have fun using the quadded Thunderbolt? And how many playthroughs did it take
for you to finally discover the secret level exit. Share your stories down in the comments. I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more Grit Gaming content. And if you're looking for more, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.